How do you feel about strippers?
I love strippers, man. I mean,
Like you would talk to them?
what do you mean talk to? Would I be in a committed relationship with a stripper? It's a business. I don't knock it, but me personally,
I like seeing women make money.
how they make the money matters a little. Tanya from North Carolina, I just started my brand. How do I get my first few sales?
If you want to do the short path, we did $4,000 or $5,000 in 30 minutes.
Good day.
That's a great day for a small business.
Yeah, man.
So that was a great strategy. I loved it.
Hey, man, you're welcome.
Thank you. If you're a small business, you cannot have a social media manager, influencer manager, Facebook ads manager, e-com manager, SEO manager.
Let's keep it real, Steve. All that corporate lingo, higher efficiency, that means firing niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Some niggas deserve to be fired. Welcome to the Business and Bullshit Podcast. I'm Steve Murray, your online marketing director with my co-host, Don Brown, marketing extraordinaire. And today, you want me to give you more intro? He wants more intro.
No, it's cool.
I'm trying to give the people value. You want to talk about yourself. That's a spotlight theory is real. You know, if you're new here, we're bringing you information specifically about how to make money online, things to do and things to avoid in order to gain success, gain traction to your website, gain sales, and of course, talk about things that are culturally relevant. So today, this episode is led and brought to you by Don Brown. Go ahead.
That's a great live, man. That's a Chris Paul, Blake Griffin live city live right there. I wasn't expecting all that. Nah, man, I mean, I think, you know, we started getting our groove. We started to build an audience. So shout out to everybody out there that's been liking, sharing our content, you know, commenting. And, you know, we're going to continue to build this community of entrepreneurs, of marketers. And hopefully y'all continue to find our conversations useful. I saw some news, I think it was yesterday, that said Microsoft has recently completely cut all diversity and inclusion budgets, right? So from top to bottom, they said it wasn't, I think they said it wasn't business critical, which we all saw that shit coming. I mean, you know, these brands weren't going to be doing the whole, respect to George Floyd, but they weren't going to be doing that forever. Do you feel like for the entrepreneur specifically, that these diversity and inclusion, you know, efforts, did they help the Black entrepreneur?
That's a good question. I think diversity and inclusion is needed because it's challenging when you come from a different space to be able to penetrate into certain industries. Certain industries, if there's a majority in control of an industry, then it's hard for you to break through if you are considered other. Same thing in the, I'll reverse it because let's say like the NFL, right? If you're Black, you're given the benefit of the doubt. You probably belong there. They see you outside, they go, oh, this guy's 6'4", he's 250 pounds, maybe he played football, right? You're given the benefit of the doubt, right? Therefore, if you are not Black and you are
The same
size, you're not given the benefit of the doubt that you're athletic.
Yes.
Right now, the difference in athletics is it's a physical game where your athleticism is important, but when it comes to business, everybody has a brain. And that's not a physical sport. Therefore, there's not a look that goes with it. There's no look that goes with intelligence. So, is it needed? Yes. Did it work? I don't know.
I think, yeah, a lot of people have said something similar, which is like, they can't fix bias itself with these programs. And I feel you, you know, I think that it was intended correctly. My personal perspective on it though was that it always felt a little like, it was coming from kind of the right place because it was in response to everything that happened with George Floyd in 2020 and the protests. And a lot of corporations or organizations stepped back and said, okay, we need to do something. Now, my issue is what they ended up doing, which is what you often see happen in these spaces. It felt performative, right?
Yeah.
They got co-opted by other groups. So it's like the 100 million that you have for black people turned into underserved communities, or it turned into, these other communities. Not saying they don't need help, but at the end of the day, that wasn't what it intended. So one, it got co-opted, and two, the entrepreneur, right? I feel like the entrepreneur was left out of the conversation of diversity and inclusion. So all these programs they had, it was for hiring employees, or it was for workers, which is not a bad thing. But the real opportunity was in doing business. I always say, you want to help black people, do business with me. See me as an equal. And in all those conversations, even, I'm going to keep it real. Even some of the black DEI directors, y'all know who you are. I will reach out and be like, hey, I'm a black-owned business. Like, this is your job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want business, but I want an opportunity. And we didn't get those opportunities. And, I think it came from the right place, but did it help the black entrepreneur specifically? Absolutely not.
Man, I don't know exactly how it worked out, but I'm just going to assume if they're cutting it, that means it wasn't successful by any measurement. You get what I'm trying to say? Absolutely. Now, it could be the opposite where the corporation cut it because they say, man, we're not long-term funding this. If I go, it could be that.
That's exactly what they said.
But sometimes also, it's two sides. It could be performative, and y'all just did it for show to save face for a second so that you still get your money from your consumer. Right? Everybody knows that black people are one of the biggest consumers in the United States. I think it's like $1.3 trillion that we represent in the consumer market, something crazy. Then, okay, cool. You're either in it long term to build up a group of people that are consumers and that spend money with your brand, or the people who you hired may not be the right people. So you don't cut the whole program if you want to see a group of people succeed.
No, absolutely. But I think you're making the right point, bro, which is exactly what happened. I think that there wasn't any kind of like measuring stick for these kinds of programs. Everybody just said, hey, we need to do something. We can't not do nothing. But what they came up with doing was like, okay, we're going to hire a bunch of black people. But then the majority of black people you hire were like, in like diversity marketing, inclusion. Like, it was like, you know how the saying is going around, black jobs. Like, that's kind of what they gave out in corporate America for the last 2-3 years. It was a bunch of black jobs. But it's like, you weren't giving these people sustainable opportunities. None of this was sustainable from the very beginning. You see what I'm saying? Because it was only meant, like you said, to get the heat off them from a consumer level. Like, hey, black folk, we're doing something. Still buy from us. But like, none of them jobs was ever like really business critical from the jump. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard to judge it or say they got an ROI. Like, at the end of the day, bro, like, I'm not waiting on some initiative or some corporation to help us build our economy or help us build our communities. We should rely on one another to do business with one another and build our stuff. The same way me and you network, the same way all of our friends and network, people that's out there that love us and support us. Like, we got to build our own, bro. Like, that's where ownership and control over y'all businesses matters more. Not to say you don't ever, tap into corporations or work or anything like that, but like, bro, ownership is key. I'm not waiting on them to give me some D&I handout. Like, fuck all that. But yeah, that's just
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm gonna go left for 2 seconds, bro.
Okay.
Nah, for real. Most corporations are successful because they were funded by the government in some capacity. I'm not talking about new age businesses. I'm not talking about someone who accelerated during the internet boom, but the foundational companies in America, General Electric, Hershey's, Ford, like cornerstone businesses were funded mostly during World War II or World War I, when a time that Black Americans were ineligible to start businesses, right? That creates a landscape where the cornerstone businesses in America are primarily Caucasian owned. But that means the employees that leave go on to start new companies. Like PayPal, the owners of PayPal started like 4 companies, right? That's
Well, yeah, they wildin'. They wildin'. I'll take, bro. Close that window, bro. They wildin'.
you're not gonna be able to hear it.
Yeah, you gonna hear that shit, bro. That shit.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's something serious.
Granted, they wasn't. I mean, all the other shit no, but that fucking screaming they doing, yeah. Yeah, you was good. The thing is, you was getting super deep.
Like you broke it down.
Introspective, and then that shit in the background, like.
You know what that mean? That means shut the fuck up, nigga.
Oh, nah, that shit was a great clip, bro. I was trying to let it live. I'm like, if this bitch scream one more time.
It's all good.
Sure enough.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, please don't
Man,
fuck this nigga.
I wish I remember the example.
You were going from Ford and Park.
For somebody
Yeah.
being at the company, leaving.
People can leave a company to start other companies.
Yeah. All right. We rolling? All right.
Speaking of jobs, though, you know, you are a marketing expert, right? Have been for years, specifically in digital.
Yes.
You know the value of AI. You know the value of ChatGPT and a lot of these other services that have been, you know, developed in recent years. And I know as a marketer myself and a business owner, how valuable that has been for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one of the long-term concerns with it is the potential for it to essentially wipe out a lot of jobs. Copywriters, email marketers, all of these things where it's like, man, I could use ChatGPT for that shit today. So my question to you is, what's the impact you feel like it's gonna have long-term on jobs in our field, in marketing specifically?
If Picasso had access to a computer, would he have become a better painter? Probably.
That's a deep-ass question, bro. I don't know.
He would have mixed the mediums and he would have
Like
become,
Photoshop or some shit or
There you go.
InDesign.
Could you imagine if he could take something from Photoshop, plaster it onto a canvas, and then start to paint over it?
Yeah, but would it be as unique
Absolutely.
as it was if he didn't have the technology?
His personal touch that he adds to it. ChatGPT wrote the introduction to my book, and I rewrote it. It only could give you but so much personal connection. Like, there's cultural nuance that you cannot teach a computer. So, yes, technology is going to supplement creators. And what the creators will need to do is become affluent in the language of communicating with technology. How do I communicate to ChatGPT what I specifically want? I got to get affluent in that language. I could be a copywriter that writes off the top of my head, but why wouldn't I take advantage of it? That means I should be able to take on more clients. Maybe if you had 3 copywriters, maybe you could hire somebody with 1 copywriter.
That's what I was gonna say though. Exactly.
Why?
You went where because if I'm the organization that's hiring said copywriter, do I really need all of y'all anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you the guy that utilizes, let's say, ChatGPT in the workspace or for your business, the math I feel like isn't gonna work out in the human's favor. Like, all right, I used to have 30 people that I needed to do this. Now I just need 1 Steve or 1 Don to run all my copy across the nation. You know what I'm saying?
I think you'll be a fool if you think personal touch doesn't matter. You can't teach nuance. A computer could be as smart as it wants to be, and you cannot teach nuance. I can't teach you that when I say, oh yeah, I can't teach you that.
Yeah. Okay, but eventually, bro, so this is my thing.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't think the nuance can be replaced. I think there will always be a need for the human element. Feel me? But just from a mathematical standpoint, the amount of jobs that's needed to apply, let's say Steve is the head copywriter for I don't know, Nike, Apple, whatever.
Just the marketing director or chief marketing officer.
Yeah, CMO. Okay, we
Okay.
know you ain't no little copywriter. We understand.
Put
Okay.
some respect on my name.
Okay, Steve, 10, 15 years ago is a whatever.
Right.
Whoever this person is responsible for copy, my point is, if that nuance or that human element can be applied to 10 jobs or 30 jobs the way that it used to be applied, whatever sauce that person has, now it can replace the other 10
Talk
people
to the
that
business
person worked
owner.
with. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let me speak from the perspective of a business owner. I'm in the middle of structuring a marketing department for a company right now.
Okay.
All right, small companies, you want to consolidate. Small companies need to consolidate and they need to get strong assets, right? They need to get, if you're a small business, you cannot have a social media manager, an influencer manager, a Facebook ads manager, a e-com manager, a SEO manager. You can't do that if you're a small business owner, but you can consolidate that into 1 or 2 roles. How do you do that efficiently? You have one person who's efficient enough, and they will now use technology to better effectively do their job, whereas before tasks would go incompleted.
Exactly.
That's
Okay.
That's not a new job. That's an incomplete task that's now being completed
But
by
that's
a
less
single.
total jobs. You know what I'm saying? If one person can do what 20 used to do, that's 19 jobs that's gone.
And then you hand it off when you get to scale. For a small business owner, it's effective.
Absolutely.
For a big business, it doesn't matter. You wanna niche down. You wanna have a specialist in every position.
That's true. I see what you're saying. So you're saying it's going to create new positions as well.
It's gonna create new positions, and some companies will be able to. Small business owners should be able to thrive with technology.
Yeah.
They should be more effective.
Yeah.
You should be able to effectively write blogs, write emails, using apps like Centra AI or Opus Clips to create social media content, Descript to edit audio. You should be able to cut your costs using AI and get more done with technology, given that you have a person who understands how to use technology. Bigger businesses should be able to niche down and better specify what the role is for the single employee who is responsible for each said job.
I agree. I just think in the long run, and we can move on, but I think in the long run, that efficiency you're talking about is going to kind of kill off some of these jobs.
You better get good at something.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that the scale of jobs that existed, like, all right, when I was coming through, I was with the first wave of like anybody who got paid by a corporation to like run Facebook ads. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a thing. Like, I got hired in 2015, 14, 15 to do it, right? Nobody had those jobs. You know what I'm saying? And it grew, and it was a part of like the economy, but then it was like, it created this new thing, but there's going to come a time when those jobs, if there were 100 of them, it might be 10 of them because the technology is easier to use. There's less people that you need to actually do it. So, you're right, though. I think it's the best tool, period, for, all my students in the Long Tail Launchpad that we teach them ChatGPT off the rip. Like, ChatGPT is your business partner. For those of y'all that run a business, if you're not using AI, if you're not using ChatGPT, you're wilding. Like, you're missing out on money and you're missing out on the ability to grow your business. So I agree with you. I think it's amazing for small businesses and big businesses alike. I just think from a job standpoint that it's going to eventually take more jobs than it creates. You know what I'm saying? Now, you're right. It's on you as the person to, you feel me, evolve with the game and make sure that you can apply your human sauce and be that one person when it was 20 before. But I just think that in the long run, it's gonna result in less jobs needed because let's keep it real, Steve. All that corporate lingo, higher efficiency just means you need to pay less people, bro. Like, that's all that means. Like, oh, more efficiency, like cut costs, like that means firing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need as many people to do this. Okay.
Some niggas deserve to be fired.
Hey, listen, it is what it is.
Strategy. What's your hot strategies right now that made you some money? I'm gonna jump into it first. I know I asked the question, but you gave me some shit when we spoke not too long ago that I
Yeah.
used.
I
That
bet
helped
you
me
did
out.
use
I
it.
liked it.
That's that human sauce you talking
You
about.
can't teach human
Can't-
sauce. Bro. You can't teach it. Don gave me a strategy where you run a flash sale for a limited time only, and you let your audience know via email, text, and or ads if you want to add that into the strategy.
Yep.
And you create a specific landing page with a timer on the landing page, and you run it for that time period. So
Yeah.
what we did, Don, you ran a 1 hour flash sale and you gave them 2 weeks notice, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was 2 weeks notice. It was a 1 hour flash sale, and it was for 60% off. So it was 60% off for 60 minutes.
Loved it.
Yeah.
So, all right, the product that I did the same sale on, we couldn't do 60% off. We did 40% off, but because 40 was like a weird number, we did $30 for 30 minutes. And we only gave them 3 days notice. And we created a landing page. We put the 30-minute timer on, and we also created a discount. We also created a discount code that they could or could not use. It was automatically applied when you landed on the landing page, so that was really cool. Didn't put a whole lot of info on the landing page. Timer, the offer, the timer, a video of the product.
Yep.
Buy button, little detail on what the product does and why it's efficient. And we made a couple $1,000s in 30 minutes, which was the highest performing revenue that we had in a short amount of time. Like, for a smaller business, you make $4,000 or $5,000 in 30 minutes, and
Good day.
that's a great day for a small business.
Yeah, man.
So that was a great strategy. I loved it. I was like, oh, I'm running this back.
Hey, man, you're welcome.
Thank you. Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Hey, no, for real, man. I mean, that is literally why we're here, and I'm glad you brought that up. You know, I think the flash sale, and shout out to the guys at Bit Branding, because I'm authentic. That's one of the channels that I watch, and they give a lot of good gems. I actually originally got the idea from them, but I kind of tweaked it to my client. I'll say the biggest thing with any flash sale that you run is 2 things: anticipation and urgency. You know what I'm saying? So like the point of a flash sale is like you have to get the customer excited. So that's why we came in like promoting it from 2 weeks out, is because the more I can build this, and that's where adding it, like we had a little widget on the website where you can add it to people's calendar. That shit right there.
I didn't do that, but I plan on doing it. I'm gonna run the same sale back.
So like the more time you have to promote it, the better. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like planning a trip. Like, oh, we're going to go to Coachella. Nobody's planning that the week of, or we're going to go to Brazil, whatever. You plan it, and as you get closer, you get more anticipation. So the big thing is that anticipation, but then also the urgency. Like the reason why I need to let you know 2-3 weeks in advance is because this shit is only going to be for 1 hour. So that urgency makes people understand, like, no, like I need to buy in this 1 hour. But then also you have to have a discount that's drives enough anticipation and urgency.
They know that they're not gonna get it again.
Exactly. It's gotta feel like, yo, I gotta be there.
Let me interject a little bit. I had a brand that had an average order value of $120 for their product. I did a March Madness sale for them, and they still do this sale to this day. I created it like 6 years ago. So the March Madness sale took all their product that were $120 plus or minus, put it on sale for the first 2 weeks of the tournament, and it followed the March Madness schedule. So the first was like the first 2 days of the tournament, because I think the first round of the tournament is 2 days. It was $49 for 2 days only. So products that you never could get. Some products we sold at a loss intentionally. It's called a loss leader strategy. You take a product, sell it at a loss, and then make the money on the back end by making that customer a repeat customer or giving them an upsell of your most profitable product.
Yeah.
So we took the first 2 days, we sold it for $49. The next 2 days sold for $59. The next two, $69. I think that happened in the first 6 days. And then it moved along with the same pace as the March Madness tournament. And it was our best sale ever because the urgency, essentially what I wanted to do was create a Black Friday effect when it's not Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's cut really quick.
That was good. I mean, man, he drinking wine, getting fucking chocolate wasted. All right. So one of the things we've been wanting to get into, we get a lot of comments. I know I've been getting DMs. You've been getting DMs with people, asking questions. So we figured we would start to answer some of the questions from our community, man. We're building this business and bullshit community, and they reaching out. And so we figured we have a segment where we answer some of the people's questions. So let me see here. This first one. This is Tanya from North Carolina. And she said, I just started my brand. How do I get my first few sales? That's pretty wide open question. But if you just say for people out there that's like, look, I just started my business. Like, how do I actually get my first couple sales in the door? What would you say to them?
Who's your customer? Find out who your customer is and who are you trying to sell to, and create a video specifically targeting that audience. Or if you want to do the short path, the shorter path is you got a new brand, you got a couple photos of your product, you don't got time to shoot ads, find a page that you can promote on. So like LA has a page called My Secret LA. So the page is all about secret finders in LA. Mm-hmm. So if I had a product about I know it was a secret and nobody knows about, I'm going to post on there. I'm going to hit them up. How much do you charge for a single post? Make a story about me. Post it on your page. Maybe it might cost me $300, $400, $500. Hopefully I recoup that in 5 to 10 sales. Boom, I find influential pages to get to post my brand. That's the easiest way to go about that.
That's a great strategy, bro. I think a lot of people, that was something we used to do a lot earlier, back in the day, like early Instagram days. I think it's a lost art, to be honest with you. Because people want to go to the biggest page or I want to be on Shade Room or I want to be on this page or that page. And it's no, there's a lot of local pages with good following that you could just go to for a way better deal to actually drive sales. So that's a gem right there. I would say my answer would be if you're just starting a brand, for me, it's family and friends, or your immediate network. You know what I'm saying? You could get that 5 to 10 sales from your mama, your auntie, your cousins, your people that are willing to support you, you know what I mean, to help you get off the ground. You should be able to text, call, email, whatever it is, people in your immediate network and get those sales. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from zero. I just launched my brand yesterday. Yeah.
You know why I don't like that?
Why?
Because your family and friends aren't your customers. So if you just started a business, I hope you solve a problem for somebody that needs a solution.
For sure. But if you just getting started,
I know what you're trying to say. I don't disagree. I know what you're
I'm talking about
say.
From the basics.
You saying hopefully you got a support system, but the truth is a lot of people don't have a support system. So I hope if you started a business, your product solves a problem for somebody that needs the solution.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, that should be ideally should be the case. You know what I mean? You should be addressing the problem in the market. But I think if you're talking about people that's literally just getting started with a product, that's a good way to figure out if it does solve a problem. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a product that says, hey, this will help you, grow your edges back or fucking grow your beard. You know what I mean? You got a beard growth product and you got an uncle that's, he been trying to grow his, he should be in the market for you. I'm not saying just give it to friends and family blindly, but they should be able, I remember when we first started Ride Fresh, I was asking everybody around me, I need feedback. You know what I'm saying? I got a new air freshener brand, but also I'm not necessarily giving them away for free right now because I'm selling them to you. Shit, it make your car smell good. Tell me if you like it or not after you buy it. Yeah. But I'm gonna give you this pack.
Well, hopefully they had cars.
For sure. But
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you got a group of people that's more willing to support you
Yeah.
and you solve a problem,
Yeah.
then it should hit enough to give you a sample size. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck to Natasha in North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Dave from Houston. My man Dave said, my wife has an amazing idea for a product, and I actually think it can succeed. Do you recommend working with a spouse or not?
What kind of spouse you got?
Well, that is the answer. That right there is gold. What kind of spouse you got? I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's the one. Because me personally, I do think it's dependent on the situation. You know what I'm saying? But as a general advice, I say it's one of them things like in life, like, can it be done? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you make it to the NBA? Like, yeah, maybe. Like, you know, like, it ain't that hard. But I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things in life that's like, is it possible? Yeah. Do I recommend it just if I don't know nothing about the couple, just a general piece of advice? I'm going to say to David, Texas, like, probably not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would recommend getting into business with your spouse. Like,
the truth is, when you work in business, people work with people that they like, and women get access to stuff that men can't get access to. So a woman might be able to walk through a door, and because she's beautiful and attractive and has charisma, men will pull her into rooms maybe with one intention originally, and how she carries and handles herself in that interaction will decide what type of relationship this will be. So if she holds herself accountable, treats it like business, she'll be treated like a business partner. But she won't get through that door if there's a man standing right there next to her gatekeeping. And it's almost the same thing, vice versa. I'm more likely to gravitate towards a woman because of her nurturing nature. I may not even have any vile intent, but because of my attraction for women, I might go, who is this? Now, when she speaks, I'll listen. But if there's a man who she's in a relationship standing right next to her at that moment, I don't necessarily have the same goal to approach her, to speak to her openly, to find out who she is or what she does, because there's already a guard up and I want to make sure that the respect is maintained. Like, oh, no, I'm not trying to talk to your woman, so let me just not approach at all in that circumstance unless you all together approach me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's less opportunities that will show up at the doorstep versus you got to come and take every opportunity.
I love that take, man. And you're a very honorable, respectful guy, you know. But I think it's very honest, you know. And I think sometimes, especially today's day and age, we're not as honest about these things as we should be, because there is a different, it's not always sexual in nature.
No,
it's not like lustful in nature. It's just the dynamic of a man and a woman, you know. And even if there's all the respect there and all the business and professionalism there, it's different when a man is dealing with a woman and a man is dealing with another man. Or like you said, if that man's present, because you basically operate out of respect for that man.
Yeah.
And I do think other windows are open. I just think that you have to be careful with how you enter into business with people that you love. And you don't want that to, you know, because you know how this shit is, bro. Like, you done have partners, you done have situations. Like, you don't want the business to be the reason why the marriage didn't work, or why, you know, things are bad or things are stressful. So I think if you are going to do it, just be careful. And also, like, there are other ways to support your wife or your spouse or your husband without going into direct business with them. Yeah. You may give her the money. You may give her the legal support. You may say, Barry, this is your thing, but I'm right here with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm supporting you. I'm the number one person in your support system, but I'm not necessarily your business partner.
Yeah.
You feel me? Where we're now making decisions together.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you a situation. I was with someone I would bring her to business events. I was coordinating a lot of stuff at the time. I was, you know, meeting people, building my network in LA. And a lot of times she was a bit too defensive when I'm in these situations, because people gravitate towards me, especially
With women?
Yeah, of course. You're a young guy that's doing business and you're doing very well for yourself. Women are gonna attract to you. Now, it's my job to analyze, how can I put this person? Come on, man.
This nigga think he is. This nigga thought he was Michael B. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. When you're a young person that's doing well, people will attract to you. Then women attract to you double.
Absolutely.
Women are attracted to success. That's fair. Now, when you get those women that are attracted to you initially, even as older women and married women that'll be attracted to success, it's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
It's your job as a man that's in a leadership position to figure out how to position the relationship. How it starts isn't how it finishes.
Mm-hmm.
It might start, I want to know who that is. I'm attracted to them. What do they have going on? I can tell that they are in a position of leadership. Now, once you engage in conversation, the relationship starts to shape and you can start to reposition the relationship. But when you got a woman that's there, that's automatically on guard, they don't give the relationship a chance to be formed all of the time. And it's the same thing for a man.
Yeah.
But the dynamics between a man and a woman are a little bit different, because as a man next to a woman, well, my job is to protect and provide, right? So now you got me in a position of protection.
Yeah.
My woman is not there to protect, she's there to support.
Absolutely.
So if you got a woman that's trying to protect, maybe she's operating in
You feeling like I don't need that? Like, I don't even need it.
maybe she's not operating in her most feminine energy.
Okay. I respect that. And I've been on the other side of that too, where it was like, I'm in the space with my girl where I don't want to come off as insecure, but she's looking at it like she's creating opportunities, which she may be able to, but I'm also, from a man perspective, knowing that, not the only reason, but like, if I know that the reason that you got the opportunity is because this nigga wants to fuck you, like, I can't just sit there and be a witness to that. Be like, well, she doing her thing for the household. Like, I'm not really with that. Like, you feel me? Like, no, I'm just being honest. Like, that's some shit that if you do, as long as you're not disrespecting the relationship, if you do something that's going to forward us, I'm totally cool with that. But if I'm physically present and it's not about you're going to have sex with him or have an affair or nothing like that, but like,
I know what you're trying to
you
say.
up in this nigga face and you making him feel like, regardless of if you're going to do anything or not, it's you too open and too engaging, even if it's in the pursuit of business. It's like, but Barry, I'm trying to forward the, I feel that, but also like you said, that's why you're moving out of respect in the other situation.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I'm not about to.
You don't do that with men.
Yeah,
like, men and women.
I'm not really, but I was in a situation previously where my spouse didn't necessarily understand that. She's always coming from a good space, but she didn't understand. She felt like, if I'm doing good, if I'm forwarding your business or our business or us together because we're a unit, I'm a fan of that, right? But like, I don't want you making this other man feel like, because you've probably been in that situation too, where I'm like, ain't your man right here standing next to you? Like, why are you so fucking friendly? Like, because you can get opportunity.
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but
most of the time I haven't been in that situation as much.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to that situation, I don't play like that. Like, nah, for real. I don't play like that. Like, if a girl is with her man and I'm trying to do business, I'll make sure I speak to that man.
Yeah.
Man, listen, you got a talented woman. This is what I do. This is who I am. Is it okay if I speak to her?
Yeah.
I always ask, is it okay? Yeah. You mind if I talk to her for a second? Because I see what she's doing. Yeah. I'm gonna let him know this is your situation and you are in control over here. Mm-hmm. You are the leadership over here. Mm. If y'all got a different type of situation, that's not my business. But how I'm gonna approach you, you are the person in charge over here, and I would like
to give you the respect.
Yeah. I lead with respect. I don't believe in leading with disrespect. That's corny.
And to close it out, all of this is why I personally, I don't want my wife to be my business partner, bro. Like, I'm good on that. It's a great story. It's cute and shit. But like, me personally, I don't even want none of these dynamics at play with the woman in my life. Like, I don't want to have to go nowhere and we grinding together and like.
Not grinding, but like,
it's cool.
Yeah,
it's
I ain't
cool.
gonna lie. I like getting money with my
No,
women.
I get some
I like
money.
women when I go and get money
I don't
together.
mind getting some money with my girl, but I don't want us getting money together to be our primary dynamic. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
depends on the woman.
ideally, like
When
I'm not trying to have my wife be my coworker, bro.
I get that.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I get
Like,
that.
I don't want to be like, hey, did you create that calendar invite amongst all the other shit I gotta talk to her about and deal with her about? Like, I don't want that fucking dynamic.
I wanted to end this segment so we could close the show, but I'm gonna just go here while we here. How do you feel about strippers?
I love strippers, man. I mean,
Like you would talk to them?
what do you mean talk to?
Like talk to like
Have a
that's-
conversation?
Like that's your like thing. Maybe
What do you mean? Would I be in a committed relationship with a stripper?
Close to committed, not exactly committed, but close enough.
Absolutely never.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We could be cool. I'm cool with strippers to this day.
Cause
But I grew up in Detroit,
Could
so
she
like,
be one of your main girls?
no,
Your top 4?
no.
Oh, interesting. I'm not gonna lie. When I
I
got,
know too many strippers, so I really know what they be on, bro.
I don't
Respectfully,
give a fuck.
like, yeah, nah.
I like.
It's just like my homies who still in the streets, right? Like my
Yeah.
scammer homies, like none of them would probably scam me. But nigga, you're a scammer, my nigga. Like, so do I put it off the table?
Yo,
It's not off the table.
That's
It's
not off-
never
that's
off the
funny.
table because this is what the fuck you do.
top 4.
So, not saying all strippers is out here fucking for money, and even if they are, I respect the hustle regardless. I don't knock any of them for what they do. You know what I mean? Like, listen, like sex workers, shout out to sex workers. It's an economy.
Shout out to sex workers. That's not a fucking statement.
It's a
Shout out to sex workers.
it's a business. I don't knock it, but me personally,
Okay,
if I know the threat is there, that if the right check comes along,
that's what they gonna pay.
if the right check comes along, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Okay.
So that's gonna limit how seriously I would take the situation.
All right, interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a secret, but oh man, no, I think the first, not first. I think a younger version of me, talked to a stripper and we went to the club together, and I seen her getting money. I liked it. It turned me on. I like watching my girls go get
you
money.
see experience?
And business.
I like
even
that.
in
That nigga
business,
slow down on like.
I like when my woman call me and say, we got a meeting that's sick. They wanna talk to us about.
Who's meeting with you and a stripper, my nigga? At 6
No,
o'clock.
not even just a
Okay, you
stripper.
say you like watching
In
girls get money.
general, I like watching women get money. It's sexy.
It is, bro. I'm not gonna say
She gonna
that.
come to you. She gonna say, "Yeah, I should whatever. We already
Okay.
here now."
Yeah.
A girl called me one time. I gave you the stripper story.
Be
We went to the
careful,
strip club. The girl, I didn't know the girl was a stripper, and she was like, "I'm a bartender," and she was like, "Oh, they said I could dance tonight." I said, "Go get that money. Let me see what you could do. Go ahead." And she turned up and made all the money in the night. Shit was sexy. Then the corporate girl, this is long, I'm talking about 10 plus years ago. Both stories are over 10 years ago. The girl say, babe, I got a government contract. It's $100,000. Like, how should we go about it? That's sexy to me. I like seeing women make money.
How they make the money matters a little, no? Like,
Let's close the show, man.
all right, so look, before we close and go to the gym, I got 2 questions for you. One question.
Right.
If a girl is making $500,000 a year, let's just say everything else is the same. We're gonna do a little A/B test.
Okay.
For you.
Oh, this is good. This
Yeah.
is good.
A little
That's a
A/B
good
test.
frame. That's a
Little
good
A/B
frame. Little A/B test. Okay, I like that. I like
She's
that.
making $500,000 a year. She's pulling out $500,000. Let's assume everything else, like in the A/B test, everything else is the same about the girl. Look the same way, same parents, everything else is the same about her.
Okay.
Except for her job.
Okay.
One is an OnlyFans creator and stripper / bartender.
Is she a stripper or is she an OnlyFans
Both.
creator? That's two
Both.
different things.
She's both.
Oh, okay.
She's
okay.
a stripper and an OnlyFans creator.
Okay.
And she does hardcore, like, she does full on OnlyFans content.
What do you mean? She do porn?
She's fucking on camera.
All right.
Okay.
Tell her that.
So she's making $500,000 a year.
All right.
And the other one is same salary, $500,000, but she's corporate. Which one do you date?
The corporate girl, obviously. The stories that I told were not about a girl that was fucking. She was a stripper that came to the club. She told me she was a bartender. Then she said, they said I could dance. But really,
They
she was
said I could dance.
Yeah, because she was nervous. No, how? I ain't getting nothing. That ain't what that do for me.
No, fucking with you. Okay, assume she's not fucking. Fucking makes it too easy. And say she's not fucking.
No.
She's not fucking. She just does OnlyFans content versus corporate. Because I feel like the
Who got
OnlyFans,
the better personality?
the OnlyFans girl gonna have
Some of
more
these-
time.
Man, listen, man. Some of these girls that's in corporate, they talk too much. You get what I'm trying to say? Hey, I'm not going.
And we going viral now, baby. That's real shit, though.
LA changed me.
Yeah.
I used to be a lot more judgmental when it comes to a woman's career. Now, granted, do I want my daughter coming from that? No. But would I date a girl like that or talk to, I should say?
Mm-hmm.
What? It ain't no consequences to dating a girl. What? We not having no kid together. We not getting married. We not getting a house together. We not building a future together. I don't care. So I'm gonna still treat you like a woman. I'm gonna treat you like a woman. I'm gonna let you know you're a woman around me. I'm gonna let you know that you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you do for your career. Just the same way the corporate girl, sometimes in LA, people get so caught up in this is my career, this is what I do, and here's why I'm important. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So the same way I don't care about a corporate girl, it's the same way I don't care about a business owner woman, it's the same way I don't care about a stripper. I don't care what you do. You with me when you with me, and we doing whatever I say we doing. That's it. That's the end of the story. It does not matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If we say we quiet, doesn't fucking matter.
I feel you.
I just like seeing my girls get money. So if you get money ever, we go to the strip club together. I like the strip club. I had fun. And that's my girl in the strip club.
Okay.
We having a good time. Oh, look at her getting that money. I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
I can
like,
tell.
it's going to be fun.
I can
We're
tell.
going to have a good time.
Okay.
Now, if you're talking about wife and marriage and kids and raising a family, it's two different pockets. But if we're not talking about that, why does it matter? I'm not judgmental. Let people live. It's all right. They'll come around to what makes them comfortable. The same way you're going to come around to what makes them comfortable. I'm going to tell you a quick story, and we can close after this. The younger version of me was so controlled by my hormones, I didn't really get a chance to appreciate people. When I grew out of following my hormones, I learned to appreciate people for who they are. So what you do doesn't matter to me anymore. Like, I just learned to appreciate people for who they are and allow them to go through their phases of growth. That's it.
That's deep. That's deep. All right. So before we close, because we got heavy on bullshit, but that was a great conversation. I appreciate the perspective.
I don't know what's that strip on. Let me see what they got.
Hey, you did a hard left with me and strippers, but I mean, I was on strippers early, so
Man, close,
Yeah.
man. We got another.
we like to lead the people with some kind of gem, some kind of action item, what they could do to, further their business or their career or their marketing initiative. So, let's lead the people with a little something, man.
All right, so in the 7 marketing plays, one of the second play in the book is analyzing Facebook ads and knowing your metrics. So there's 14 key performance indicators that you should know to grow your business online when you're running Facebook ads. One of those includes cost per acquisition. So understanding how much does it cost for you to get one customer? How much does it cost to get one person to your website? How much does it cost to get to reach one person? How many impressions do you get per reach? Your impressions tell you how often you're showing up in a feed. So if you have a new product that's disruptive, that needs education, you usually want to be at a 1.9 impression rate, meaning your ad is showing up for people at least 2 times 1.9, right? 2 to 3 times per ad distribution. That way you know your ad is showing up in front of people and people are catching it and it's relevant. Your reach is saying how many people your ad is being distributed to. So you want to reach people, and then you want it to show up with at least a 1.9 frequency. They need to see it at least 3 times for them to move from awareness that your brand exists into consideration. And then the moment they move from consideration, meaning they've got further educated, hopefully they visited your website or they read a blog article or Googled you, they learn more about your product or your service. Then they move from consideration into purchase, and then purchase into retention. Those are the 4 phases of marketing. When you purchase 7 marketing plays, a guide to growing your business in the digital age. Play 2 breaks down exactly how to analyze ads online.
That was amazing, man. What Steve just gave y'all was the customer journey. And bro, you just dropped a lot of gems on these people, man. So I really hope if y'all got to rewind and listen to that, please do, because he just really just broke down to you the exact phases of how a profitable customer journey is supposed to go. And for those of y'all that's just starting businesses or maybe new to marketing, that is the most important thing that you need to focus on, is building a customer journey that allows the people to go through this experience or this funnel and ends in them making a purchase, right? And so to that tune, man, my gem before we get up out of here is really going to be a bit of a shameless plug, and it's very shameless because I think that, you know, we'll continue to give these people these gems, but it's to invest in yourself, but not only invest in yourself and your business, but like in terms of education, whether it's the 7 marketing plays, whether it's the long tail launch pad, like we're trying to differentiate and give y'all some shit that's going to make your business money. Like, I know that knowledge is important and knowledge is good to have as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. But if you're looking at investing in knowledge, try to invest in things that are going to bring back a return on investment, especially if your business is at the earlier stages. Like, don't invest in these things like I think branding is important. I think working with influencers is important. Like, there's a lot of things that are important for marketing. If you are making less than $10,000 a month, any knowledge or information that you invest in should be knowledge or information that brings back a return, a dollar return to your business. So if it's the 7 marketing plays, for example, these are strategies that literally show you how to run your own ads and bring money back into your business, right? And even if it's not Steve's thing or my thing, like, whatever you invest in, it shouldn't just be motivational or some fluffy shit. It should be something that, look, if you are making less than 10K, whatever you invest in should be something that brings some money back to your business. That's my gem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people take the invest in yourself or invest in your business, like, advice, and then they just go get a bunch of, like, random shit, right? Like, oh, I got this motivational ebook. Like, that shit's not making you no money, bro. Like, learning how to run your own ads is going to make you money. Learn how to do email marketing is going to make you money, right? So that's mine. And I think that was something clearly I wanted to get off my chest. But
angry, huh? All right, guys, it was a pleasure having this podcast with you. The more we build, we'll massage the format a little bit better, and hopefully you comment and let us know exactly what you like. Subscribe, like, and share our pod, and just continue to grow with us, because we're going to continue to put in more work and more effort to bring you guys value online. It's the Business Bullshgt Podcast with Steve and Don. We're out.